What's up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the chronically charismatic Dr. Disaster, and as a Schadenfreude enthusiast, one of my favorite things to watch is people getting their comeuppance for saying violent or illegal things on social media.
Justice.
One side of the political aisle has spoken with virtual impunity for years because there was rarely to never any accountability. Meanwhile, everyone else was forced to keep their mouths shut, while a certain ideology was forcibly shoved down our throats. But things have clearly changed in recent years, and the progressive dimwits are more often these days being forced to live up to and answer for the very foolish shit that they say.
I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that.
Do you guys remember this story here from a couple weeks ago? This social media post came from an employee at Activision Blizzard, and I can't even read this post out loud here on YouTube, but the gist of it for anyone listening to this video and not watching is this person is instructing people to cause harm to anyone affiliated with MAGA. Now, you don't have to agree with the political MAGA movement to understand that this is wildly inappropriate. But when this was uncovered, nothing was done about it. Activision Blizzard has been extremely upfront about opposing MAGA politics, and at first it appeared they wouldn't even acknowledge that this incident happened at all.
If an item does not appear in our records, it does not exist.
That appeared to be the sort of smug defiance of reality that we got from those morons, but it looks like the pressure finally got to them, or something happened, because as you can see from this headline here, it appears as if the person who said this very controversial shit got canned from his job. And you know, I don't typically take pleasure from someone losing employment, but in this case, well, I'm gonna go ahead and downright celebrate it.
We got one!
Alright, me hearties, make sure you smash that like button on this video to drive away the algorithm monster, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also, don't forget to follow me over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster 1. But let's talk about this Activision Blizzard employee finally getting the axe. Before I get into all the nitty-gritty of what happened in this situation though, I do feel the need to do some clarification. I know that for a long time we in the gaming community and in all kinds of other communities, we have been afflicted with cancel culture from the progressive woke mob. And I can imagine that there are at least a few people out there who are wondering why this doesn't count as cancel culture. Why having this person get fired from Activision Blizzard is not the same thing. Well, it's a good question, but there is a very big distinction between what we've done here and what was being done by these extremist progressives who push to get people deplatformed and fired. The difference is this: when someone says something asinine on social media that we, the gamers, disagree with, our automatic response is not to get that person deplatformed. In fact, I personally want them to keep talking. We want to know exactly what these people think. It sucks when these people deactivate their social media accounts after being noticed by the gaming community. We don't like that. We want to know exactly what these people think, and we don't call for them to lose their jobs. We just choose not to do business with whatever company they work for. Now, if that results in someone losing their job, then that's between the employee and the employer. We have every right to choose not to do business with someone that hates us. That is a component of our free speech. It's the calling and emailing of these businesses, pestering them, relentlessly drumming up a moral panic. That was what made cancel culture so diabolical. Oftentimes, it wasn't even that many people who were outraged about something. They just sent so many emails that these businesses assumed that the vast majority of people were saying that they would no longer support this business unless they fired somebody. But in this specific case that we're talking about today, this person here literally called for violence. I will not entertain any conversation where someone wants to defend this statement here that I have on the screen. You can tell me, oh, he was just fooling around, or he didn't mean it literally. You can say that until you're blue in the face. I'm not having it. These people do not deserve any grace or benefit of the doubt. These are the same people who would always scream about how they construed differing opinions as violence against them. They do not deserve our grace, and I'm not going to give it to them. And this guy absolutely deserves to be fired. With that being said, let's read this article from That Park Place, link in the description, which tells us all about it. After days of silence, it seems Activision Blizzard may have finally taken action regarding Kyle Hickey, the Blizzard technical artist who ignited controversy with his violent social media post that called on followers to be violent against their local MAGA. Former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Kern, known online as Grums, confirmed that multiple sources close to the situation have informed him that Hickey's Slack account has been deactivated. Kern shared the update on X. And then they have a picture of his post. It says, I can now confirm from multiple sources that the Blizzard artist who made threats against MAGA has had their Slack account deactivated. This is usually a sign of termination. Something was finally done. If true, this represents a major about-face for Activision Blizzard. As recently as February 4th, Kern had publicly stated that nothing was being done about Hickey's post, citing insider sources. At the time, Kern expressed frustration over what he saw as selective enforcement of company policies. Nothing is being done, Kern stated on X. I have confirmed with insider sources that nothing has happened to the Blizzard artist who called for offing local MAGA. Outrageous. Imagine if he had said this about the left. Completely one-sided HR policies which have zero tolerance for this type of language unless they agree with it. Death threats are wrong, folks, and I'm tired of people saying they are just jokes. And I will say this, it definitely sounds as if the company has done something about this scenario finally. A deactivated Slack account is definitely a strong sign that the dude is gone. And if this is true, and if Activision Blizzard decided to handle it quietly, I respect that. They have a business to run. And we aren't the woke dullards who demand a public apology from people. We aren't going to go after them and have them deplatformed and all that for not making a big deal about this, for not making it a public spectacle. Hell, we wouldn't have tried that even if they had done nothing. It's just that a bunch of us were choosing not to purchase any of their products because we don't want to give money to businesses who employ people that outright hate and promote violence on half of the US population simply for not agreeing with that employee's political stances. That shit just won't fly with a bunch of us. And from the looks of things, one of three things has happened. Either this company doesn't want to be associated with that sort of message, or, and I doubt this is true, but you never know, but maybe enough people canceled WoW subscriptions and all that sort of thing, so Activision Blizzard decided to fire the dude, or he's still employed at the company and they're just hiding him from the public. But who knows? I'm going to leave it there. What do you make of this scenario? Drop your thoughts into the comment section below and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.